Alright, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at the Redeemer. There it is, Redeemer, lovely ship. Unfortunately, it has not been updated or brought up to the same standard as the other ships. As you will see, there are a lot of things that don't quite fit. So it's a build as a drop ship. Got 6 seats, but just that one ramp out. That's going to get very congested. Not optimized for the new avatars. It was never very good, but it's even worse than before. Things like entering this turret room. You have to fight with it just to get inside. This turret room is a little bit weird as well. There's a front-facing turret under the ship, but in order to get into that turret, it extends a tunnel to the turret that then closes and retracts. Here again, you'll see with the new avatars, it doesn't match up with the hands. You can see they're turned backwards, and as well as the feet. Right now they don't look too bad, but during some of the animations the feet are actually going to move through those pedals. You'll see that here, yep. And back through you can see it retracting. Maybe a little bit cool, I think mostly unnecessary. Now these stairs are awful. They're very hard to get up. The best way to get up these stairs is to point your view up. It works when you do that, otherwise you spend a lot of time fighting with the stairs. Again, something that needs to be addressed. This is the cargo bay, very small. Again, I don't know why it's a miniature half door. There's not really a reason for it to be a half door. It just means that if you ever end up inside, there's no way that you will ever get out. So the ship does come with a coffee maker, which is pretty snazzy. 3 beds, I believe it has a crew of 5, so I don't know why 3 beds. Over here, the cockpit. Again, you're going to break your wrists when you sit down in the cockpit. It does have a decent field of view for the cockpit, not so much for the bottom turret, but the cockpit does have a pretty wide field of view. Again, there you see the hands are in some weird funny position, and this is something that won't be addressed until after 3.0, after maybe even they get a lot of the assets developed for Squadron 42. Now just a look at a couple of the things from the exterior. There is that passageway where the tunnel connects to the gun. I don't know why it couldn't just be a persistent tunnel and then the gun would pivot. I don't know what the decision was there. Maybe that won't be there when we get the remake. A lot of things were produced by the 4 Horsemen. After all, this ship was part of the next great starship. When it gets remade, who knows what we'll end up seeing. The guns that are on it currently don't match up with the guns on its page or on the ship matrix. Back here on the tail there is what appears to be a crane. I think I've seen some pictures of a crane reaching down and carrying supplies up into that supply room. Speaking of the supply room, we're going to go ahead and jam ourselves into the supply room right now through glitching through the wall. That door will open up and maybe the crane will carry things back inside. Only problem is once things are in there, there's no way to get them back into the ship because there's this weird little door. I don't know why. It's a little door, and there's basically no way out of it. Fortunately, because of the glitchy state of the game, and this ship in particular, you can get out by running up against the wall and just falling through the whole ship. Well, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little walkthrough of the Aegis Redeemer. If you enjoyed this video, you can click subscribe. I don't really have any other videos at this point. It's possible that there will be more in the future. If you are new to Star Citizen and you're interested in checking it out, go ahead and look at the referral link in the description below. It'll get you some cool stuff, it'll get me some cool stuff, and it'll make everybody happy. If you don't have an org, this is my org. We are recruiting as well. Thank you for watching, and see you in the verse.